take hot meals, and they take clothing, and they take diapers for the kids, and they take toys during the holidays, for the holidays, and they're doing all of that. Well, this year on November the 12th, Claretta's House is having their annual gala. This is the fundraising because, again, yes, they want to feed people, but that costs money too. Even buying the food to take out to them costs money. So they're doing their fundraiser on November the 12th at 6 o'clock in Kissimmee. You can get total information and then be able to register to help. And if you can't attend, any donation would be wonderful. But you can do ClarettasHouseOutreach.com, and you can go out there and find what it is that they're doing and how it is that they help. And even when Claretta's House is not helping feed people, they help reach out to the other organizations. One of the things that we do, and Jennifer, you have traveled with me for that, I'm here in Atlanta right now. We're doing a scholarship fair because students who need to go to college need money too. And so we work with a group called Infinite Scholars Program, providing scholarship resources and information to them. Claretta's House comes out and makes sure that the college reps have water because they're talking for 3 or 4 hours. So they're always collaborating with whatever it is that we're doing. Jennifer, you travel with me and document everything that Claretta's House, that we're doing with Infinite Scholars, as well. So it is all in the spirit of collaboration that we all work well together. To whom much is given, much is required, and I'm a firm believer of that.
Thank you so much for calling in and just sharing that. The power of partnership is amazing, but also doing what you love and putting your efforts towards the organizations that you support. So if you're listening, it is Thriving Thursday. You just heard a whole mouthful from Miss Laura Dorsey. You can check her out online at lauradorsey.net, and also go ahead and search Claretta's House as well as Infinite Scholars. Give back is so necessary in being unified within our community. So I always encourage you, figure out who you want to support, your passion, your reason behind it, and do just that. It's Thriving Thursday. Thank you so much, Miss Laura, for jumping in today.
Okay, thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
One thing that I've noticed when collaborating and the power of partnership, as an entrepreneur, I wear several hats. There's days where I'm event coordinating, and then there's days I'm helping individuals push their brands. So I like to discuss what does that mean, but what's really important to me is the passion behind entrepreneurship. Working with the city of Ocoee for the Ocoee Remembers that will take place on November 5th at noon, Bill Breeze Park. I have had the opportunity of working and conversating with so many amazing entrepreneurs. We have an entrepreneur here that's on the line. He is going to be a part of the food trucks. It's going to be a great day. So I want to welcome Bishop. Hi, Bishop. How are you?
Hi, Jennifer. How you doing today?
I'm good. It's Thriving Thursday, so we like to eat good. We like to feed the audience. We like to talk about the whys, on why we do what we do. Tell our audience who you are and why they need to know you.
Great. Hey, I'm so excited about being on with you today to talk about remembering Ocoee Unity Day on Saturday of Central Florida, Orlando, Floridian, but I do have roots over in that area. My grandmother was born and raised in Winter Garden, Florida. They also had some property in Ocoee as well, so I'm very excited about being that. I'm actually my grandmother's oldest grandchild, born and raised here, one of the best barbecue vendors in Central Florida. I started this business about 2019 after having a business actually in Ocoee at Clark Live right off of Clark Road there. So I'm actually in the food business and industry and excited about collaborating with the city of Ocoee next weekend.
So you are bringing barbecue out. Did I hear that correctly?
Yes, I actually have a food trailer, mobile vending business. I've been doing it since 2019. Actually, I actually have a website that you can follow, www.fatbonesbarbecue right there here in Orlando and surrounding cities. I have barbecue, ribs, chicken, turkey legs, sausage, macaroni and cheese, greens, baked beans, potato
Okay,
salad,
now, ooh, wait a
all of
minute.
that. Yes.
It is lunchtime, and you're naming off all that food. So if you are listening, I hope you all are eating and have something to eat. Make sure you also attend the Ocoee Remembrance Festival if you want some of this good barbecue that we are talking about right now. We got to stay motivated, and we got to cultivate these relationships in the community. So it is such an honor to be able to work with you, Bishop, and taste some of your barbecue. Hey, shout out your website address one more time if a person wants to reach out to you.
Yes, my website is www.fatbonebbq.com. I also have an IG Instagram account, Fat Bones Barbecue 2021.
Awesome. So it is lunchtime. Thanks for calling in, and we will see you on November 5th.
Yes.
Make sure you all register. This Unity Day Festival in Ocoee is so much more than our food vendors. It's so much more. It's really about being unified within the community. What is your why? What is my why as an event coordinator and being a part of this project? Because it's been those ups and downs and those moments when you're unsure on what to do next. But my why has kept me in it. The why of understanding the lives that's been lost, all for that right to vote. On top of everything, we have to use our voices. Our voices is so powerful, and they need to be heard. I have another caller on, and I want that caller to share a little bit more about their why. So who's on the line waiting to talk with me today?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey there. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
And caller, what is your name? And tell us a little bit about yourself.
It's Arkeisha. I'm a singer locally in the Central Florida area. And I was calling in to talk to Miss Jennifer Yon about the upcoming Unity Day in Ocoee that is going to be held on November the 5th from 12 to 5.
Oh, Miss Arkeisha, the sultry voice that's going to be rocking on the stage. This is going to be an amazing event of pulling together and collaborating with artists, local artists right here in Central Florida. So, Miss Arkeisha, how long have you been blowing tunes with that amazing voice of yours?
Well, I started in church. My dad is a pastor. So I started in church probably about the age of 9 or 10. So now 40, so it's been a few years.
Yes,
it's been about 30 years of singing. So I branched out into the secular pop, top 40, R&B, soul, Motown, relatively recently. Just trying to still, add more songs under my belt. But mostly it's been gospel for most of my life. But just getting into most of the, more of the secular realm. And it's been very rewarding, and I really enjoy it. I love music altogether. I just love music, period, all types, country, R&B, and we just look forward to bringing all of those different umbrellas and genres of music to the Unity Day on the 5th of November.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, Arkeisha, for calling in. And if you are interested in working with Arkeisha, first of all, you do a couple of different shows around town. What's your next show?
I do the monthly Third R&B. It's the Third R&B Fridays, which is held at the American Legion, 4235 Fairmont Street. Again, 4235 Fairmont Street. That is 9 o'clock on third Fridays monthly. Also, I'm at Platinum Showcase downtown Orlando at Irish Shannon's. That's usually the last Friday of each month. That's at it's probably about 9 p.m. as well. That's the last Friday of each month. And then also I do worship 9 o'clock first, third, and fourth Sundays at the Hope Church on Monte Carlo Street under Archbishop T.D. Wiggins,
yes.
9 a.m.
Yes, having your why, amen. Having your why and doing the things you love is what keeps us motivated. If you are tuning in, we just got finished speaking with Miss Arkeisha. Follow her on social media. Also, grab some lunch. I'm about to play another one of my favorite songs because it is Thriving Thursday, and we are having a great time here. Thriving Thursday. Gotta love the gospel. Gotta love the praise. Doing what I love, Taking this moment to just be thankful for Thriving Thursday and what we do. How do I stay motivated? This is how I stay motivated. Praise.
Your name, call on your great name, call on your name, call on your great name. We will call on your name. We love calling on your great name, call on your name, call on your great heavens and earth, majesty and power, all glory and honor. We reverence, we will call on your name, call on your great name, call on your name, call on. We will call on.
Yes. Look, I just had to feel this music for a moment. Are you all having lunch with me? Are you excited? It is Thriving Thursday. I like to serve it up, but I also like to be poured back into. As an event coordinator, when I take on certain projects, I have to understand the why. And being an event coordinator for Okoye Remembers, it's been so much more than planning the event. It's been educating individuals on why this event is so important. I have Commissioner Oliver on the line and his perspective as the first African-American commissioner here in the city of Okoye. Commissioner Oliver, thank you for joining us.
Hey, Jennifer, thank you so much for having me today. And again, I want to bring greetings from the city of Okoye to all the listeners to the show as well.
Thank you so much for taking the time. We are talking about unity, staying motivated, events. So the big event on the table here in the city of Okoye is Okoye Remembers 2022. Why is this event so important, Commissioner?
The thing about it is this event is a culmination of a lot of different people coming together to say, hey, you know what? We want to see this event grow. So from the time we started this event in 2020, the whole goal and the purpose is to grow this event, not only the educational component of the Okoye Massacre, but we also want to be able to bring the communities together, bring all of our communities in Okoye together to come together as one Okoye. And it's important that this event is successful because what it does is it brings us it brings us all together and it erases boundaries of political ideologies. It erases those boundaries of being polarized, red and blue and DNR. And what it does is bring us all together for one event that we all can come together to say, hey, look, we are unified as one community. We want to be able to use this as a staple in our community, but we also want other communities around us, other cities and municipalities around us to see how far we've come since 1920 and to be a participant in this event, to bring out their citizens, bring out their elected officials, and we can all learn from one another to see that we are more alike than we are different.
Yes, when we talk about collaborating and unity and multiple people coming together for the same mission, this year's mission is no vote, no voice. Why is it so important that individuals get out there and vote?
Believe it or not, there's some folks that when you say no vote, no voice, there's some folks out there that says that is partisan and that is it separates us. But it is what it is. No vote, no voice. It means exactly what it says. That means if you do not vote, that you do not have a voice. And I think that back in 1920, when Mose Norman went to the polls to try to vote, November 2nd, 1920, that he wanted his voice to be heard as a citizen of Okoye, as an African American citizen of Okoye. But unfortunately, folks lost their lives as a result of him trying to exercise that right to vote. So now, as we fast forward here to 2022, I think that it's even more important that we all understand that some folks lost their lives just to try to cast a ballot. So it must be important not only to us, but to the entire community at large to vote and have a voice. Because this is how things get done in your community. This is how you determine how your tax dollars get spent. This is how your trash gets picked up. This is how your roads get repaired. So, again, if you don't vote, you do not have a voice. That is just how important that is. And, again, that message is not for partisanship. It is all about us as a community, as come together as one, as a community in the county and in the city, the municipalities that make up this county. No vote, no voice, and we come together in unity. So it doesn't matter who you vote for, and that's not the case. It's just a matter of exercising that right. So it doesn't matter how you look. It doesn't matter what walk of life you come from. It doesn't matter what your culture is. But your vote is your vote, and it is your right to exercise that vote. So, again, it is about unifying the community and understanding the importance of casting a vote and not who you vote for. It's a matter of exercising that right to vote.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Commissioner Oliver, for joining us today. The Ocoee Remembers annual event takes place on November 5th. You can go to ocoeeremembers.org for a full calendar of the weekend. The Unity Day Festival is going to be full with elected officials that have this same message, how to use your voice. Without your voice, nothing in the community can be changed. Education is so important. And as I'm planning this event, again, I say I've been educating individuals more so on what the Ocoee Massacre is. So if you are unsure, Google. Google is your best friend, but go on to the website of ocoeeremembers.org. The full documentary is there from WFTV. Again, thank you so much, Commissioner Oliver, for joining us. It is Thriving Thursday.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so let's get right on back into some music. It's lunchtime. What are you all eating? Don't forget, Bar 5. They have those 10 items under $10 for lunch. Check them out.
I'm in love with you, oh, Jesus. Say I am in love with you. I am in love with you. Oh, yes. I'm in love with you, Jesus. You fill my heart, Lord, with your unfailing love. You satisfy my soul. Oh, yeah, yeah. You touch my heart, Lord. A never-ending song. Joy overflows. Your unfailing love satisfy my soul. Yeah, touch my heart, Lord. A never-ending song. Joy overflows. It overflows. It overflows. As I think of who you are, I wanna be close. I gotta be close to you. Oh, tell him I love you. Lord, we love you. Nobody like you. Tell him I am. Oh,
Love it, love it, love it, love it. You know, I just have to say, when I come into the station every Thursday, my heart is able to just release some of the things that's been going on throughout the week. You know, entrepreneurship is not always as easy as a person may make it. You know, we may make it look glamorous, but there is some ups, there is some downs, you know, and as an event coordinator, I have to say, what are the downs? Because I love what I do. So I'm listening and I'm talking to my event coordinators right now. Number one, if you are in promotions and you're an event coordinator, sit down for a second, share the live, call your friends, because my why in doing the things that I do is about collaborating. And I need all of you. You know, success is not achieved with one person, it's achieved with a group. Together we are stronger. So I say that to say, with unity and with putting my foot forward for the Unity Day Festival in Ocoee, I am looking to collaborate with all entrepreneurs, ones that can help spread the word. You know, the experience of not being accepted or making you feel like it's a competition, we need to eliminate that narrative. We need to know, as professionals, as promoters, as entertainers, as business owners, together we are stronger. So my experience and one of my takeaways this week is having conversations that create collaboration and not competition. So if you're listening, I want to collaborate with you. I love collaborating with individuals that do exactly what I do. There's different aspects of promotions and advertising. So I want to do a little bit of a shout out call to some of the organizations that do what I do. We're friends in this market. You know, I want to say shout out to Rolling Media and Entertainment. You know, you all step right on in, put the flyers out, you're riding on the streets. If you are a business and you want your message to be seen, check out Rolling Media Entertainment. For more information on them or a lot of other of our partners, go to okoiremembers.org, scroll down to the bottom, you'll be able to see some information about them. I also want to thank Limo Venture. Limo Venture will be there at the City of Ocoee Remembrance event with a nice party bus limo for all the entertainment to sit while they are waiting to perform. And when I talk about entertainment, I gotta say we are featuring the TDK Band, classic soul and R&B, soft rock, light country. It's going to be a great show. You've heard today from Arkisha, which will also be performing. When I tell you her voice is melody and great gospel, you got to make sure you are there for that. We have Naomi Joy that's going to be doing some instrumental worship, gospel, and jazz. And we also have Caleb Gordon. Caleb Gordon, young man right out of the city of Ocoee. Caleb from Eden, gospel rap artist. You know, make sure that you check out okoiremembers.org because you will be able to see more from this amazing event. We are literally 8 days, 5 hours, 20 minutes, and 44 seconds away. And if you want to get involved, I am here to answer your calls. 407-486-0993. You know, collaboration is so key. Educating yourself is so important. The conversations that I've had with some of the descendants is my why. It is what keeps me here. Because I'm not going to lie, it's been some struggles here working in the city of Ocoee. But there is nothing that God has put on our shoulders that we cannot survive. So in everything you do, I want to say, remember, collaboration is so much better than competition any day. And if we can stand together, be strong together, the missions of our community, what unity means, will actually be impacted. It will actually mean something. So I am still looking for friends. I'm looking for you. If you are in the promotions world, reach out and let's talk. One great aspect of Ocoee Remembers event, I got to talk about the Buffalo Soldiers. Again, if you are not educated about the Ocoee Massacre and how the Buffalo Soldiers played their part, I'm going to need you to do your research. But if you are a motorcycle club and you want to ride with the Buffalo Soldiers, Go on again, okoeremembers.org. Tell us about your motorcycle club and get approved to ride. The day will be amazing, but it will be more impactful with you. You know, understanding the why behind this event led me to doing my research and talking to several of the descendants. One of the descendants has really touched my heart, Miss Gladys. Miss Gladys has written a book. She has a story that you just have to read. You know, I want to allow her to share her story and tell you all exactly what this event means to her family. You know, it's more than just a day of food trucks and businesses and fun. It's a day of really acknowledging the ones that have lost their lives. It's really a day about understanding why we don't want to go back to what happened and so many years ago. Unfortunately, there's lots of obstacles that throw in our world, and that may feel like we're still in the back days of just losing the importance of unity and all people being respected for who they are, regardless of the color of their skin. You know, so being a coordinator throughout this time has been great. It has been the ups, it has been the downs, it has been, you know, moments of joy and understanding, and just connecting with the descendants, you know, one-on-one is what keeps me here. So I want to welcome Miss Gladys to the show. She's going to tell you a little bit of her story. Sit on down. This is a good one. Hi, Miss Gladys.
Hi, how are you?
I am amazing to hear your voice today. How are you?
I'm good. Mm-hmm.
So if you can share with the audience a little bit about your story.
Okay. The name of my book is Visions Through My Father's Eyes. The reason I wrote this book is because people and families kept asking me questions, and they wouldn't go to nobody else to ask me questions. So, and taking pictures out of my book, album, and newspapers, clipping. So I said, well, I need to put this in a book about our family history. So my father was a descendant of the Ocoee 1920 massacre. He had to run with his 3 sisters, 4 brothers. One was a paralytic. He had to carry him on his back, where he had the others hand in hand, trying to get away from Ocoee. And his father and mother had planned already. They knew something was going to happen if July Perry was going to vote. So word had gotten around about it. So my father took his siblings hand in hand, running, sometimes trying to walk, to go around Lake Apopka, trying to get to Plymouth, trying to get and not be killed. And they had to really hide to keep the Klansmen from finding them, you know. So they made it to Plymouth. But when he got to, it was Plymouth because of my grandfather was an AME minister, so they fellowshiped with the church there in Plymouth. That's how they knew the Morgans, and that was the plan for them to go to Plymouth with his family. His dad and his mom went one way, and my dad and his siblings went another way around that lake. I'm telling you, through the thick and wet, swampy woods around Lake Apopka. You know, sometimes in the water, and you know, the grace of God just kept them because of the alligators, the snakes, and other things. But they made it to Plymouth. So in Ocoee, my dad's family had land. They were working in the citrus industry, where Judah Perry was a wealthy man who was a producer of fruit. So they worked there, but the white man, they wanted to buy land, so the white man sold them land. They thought that they had sold them the old bad swampy land. That's all they had, no good. So they sold it to them. But Judah Perry and my granddad, my dad, and some of the others knew how to take that land and turn it into good, rich soil by draining it and grazing fruit. So they had the best fruit there. But let me tell you, back to the Ocoee massacre, it was terrible. My dad said when they were running, and even they could hear all of the guns just going bam, bam, bam. So they kept running because they knew that if they had been seen, the Klansmen was going to kill them too, because that's what they were trying to do, wipe out all of the blacks. And they did a good job on that. And the Klansmen, they came from everywhere, even Jacksonville, all around, to join in this, like, hey, we're going to kill us some, I'm going to just say black folks. I don't want to say what I want to say. And they, in turn, took the land. And then you look around, and we used to go that way, but my dad used to warn people, don't go through Ocoee. It was just that terrible. My brothers and they had to go around. They were grown. When they were driving, they still, when he raised his family, that's what he told them, and they still thought it was a terrible place, most people. My dad told the story. We heard the stories of how that happened in Ocoee and what happened around our dinner table. My dad would discuss it and tell us, and we asked questions. That's how I was able to put it in my book. And also in my book, I got other articles. If you don't know about what happened, my book would tell you. Visions Through My Father's Eyes. I got a whole chapter devoted to when it all started. Articles that Orlando Sentinel wrote. I got them all in there. You'll find them there.
Thank you.
You might can find more at the library, but I got mine from the library, from Sentinel Star with their approval to put the articles in my book. So you need to see my book and read it, and you'll get all of the information. But also my father, when coming to Plymouth, he worked hard. He worked 2 jobs. He was picking fruit by day, and he was like clearing land by hand, he and my granddaddy, at night to make money to get started here in Plymouth, which they did. So he was able to save his money, and he bought land.
Yes.
My grandfather helped my dad build some houses. I know he started out with 1 or 2. Then he took his money and he bought other houses. During that time, you can buy them and have them moved on your property. That's what he did. He had rental properties. Now, one of those properties that he had moved there, he turned that into what we call a juke joint. You
A
call them
juke
a
joint.
tavern now or a bar.
Yes. You know what?
Uh-huh.
You know what, Miss Gladys?
Uh-huh.
Hearing your story and connecting with you has been my why for being the event coordinator for this event, and seeing the entrepreneurs and the Black businesses that are in Ocoee now. It makes me feel proud, and it eases the heart from all of the loss that we have lost. You know,
Right.
I thank you so very much for just taking the time to pull all of these things together and to put your book out there. You will be at this year's Ocoee Remembrance event with some
Yes.
copies of the book. I got mine last year and you autographed it. And what I must
Right.
say,
Right.
this is an amazing story. Education is so important, you know. Miss Gladys, thank you so very much for taking the time, sharing your story, coming back on down to Ocoee for this year's Ocoee Remembrance. You are my why. You are one of my whys, and thank you so much for being a part of this.
You are so welcome.
Yes, so we're going to take a little break, and we're going to come back.
I just couldn't let it go without letting the ladies encourage you a little bit too. You don't have to worry. No matter how dark it is, I promise it's gonna get better. Lisa Note Smith telling
Don't you worry and don't you fret. 'Cause I know God ain't never failed me yet.
never failed me yet.
He knows the plans He has for you. And I believe He'll do everything He said He would do.
Everything he said.
And then He told me to tell you everything gonna be alright, yeah. And He's gonna wipe every tear from your eye. Oh, so don't you give up, man, don't you give in. I know it, my friend. Oh, some of y'all heard my story and it's true.
That's right.
Don't forget about the little girl you once knew. No matter what you're going through, there's still a superwoman living inside of you. Hey, yeah, hey, if you did it for me, he'll do it for you. Well, oh, better is on the way.
Oh, yes. Hey, if he did it for me, he will do it for you. Love, love, love this praise. Thriving Thursdays is one of the best days of the week for me. You know, I want to do a shout out, a roll call for some of the vendors that is a part of this year's Ocoee Remembrance. Moti's Italian Ice, Drea Desserts, The Juice Whirl, Pelican Snowballs, Conch Fritters Poppies, Woodfire Pizza, Nettie J's Catering, Fat Boys Barbecue, The Food Factory, Bar 5 Lounge and Grill. You all are coming out and standing up. Yes, if he did it for me, he will do it for you. Thank you, Vitality Wellness Spa, Purnell Promotions, Orlando Advertising, Venture Party Bus, Rolling Media Truck. We want to thank Dan Newland. Dan Newland, thank you so much. Harvest of Orlando, and the list goes on. You know, I want you to check out ocoeeremembers.org because this lunch hour has been strictly dedicated to that. This is such an important event that I need your support. I need you to share today's live. I want you to share the radio show, invite your friends, and don't be afraid to reach out to me and tell me how you can be a part of this. You know, special thanks to Miracle's Kitchen. We are looking forward to having some samples from them. We're also looking forward for Evolve Church to be out, giving some samples as well. This will be an amazing community event, November 5th from noon to 5. Again, go on to ocoeeremembers.org. This is your time. Be a part of the change. Support and stand up. There is a superwoman or superman inside of all of us, and I want to see your capes. This has been a thriving Thursday, you all. I will see you next week. We're going to rock out with some more of my favorite tunes.
See, when the bills coming through, when the money ain't there, yeah. I still won't stress, cause I know you're still there, yeah. So much going on in the world, I need peace in my mind. But I still won't stress, cause I know you're gonna make it alright, yeah. See, when I feel like nothing's working out, that's when you show up and you show out, yeah. See, I'ma stay strong, I'ma keep on fighting this fight, because I know the plans that you have for me in my life, yeah. See, you're the only reason that we're here. It's because of you we have no fear. You keep speaking to our hearts and our minds. You let us know that everything is alright. Keep letting your will be done. We know the battle is already won. It's because of our faith and plus your grace we can't complain. We got no worries over here. No worries over it's because of our faith and plus your grace we can't complain. We got no worries over here. Hey, we got no worries over here. It's because of our faith plus your grace we can't complain. We got no worries over here. I'm a believer, but sometimes I fall, yeah. But you always pick me up and you help me stand tall, yeah. And when the strength is coming from everywhere, it seems all alone. I know to fall down on my knees and he make it alright, yeah. You're the only reason that we here. Hello. Because of you we have no. Speaking to our hearts and our minds. Yeah. Just know that everything is alright. Let your will be done. Talk to you woke up this morning feeling good, thank God for today. See, you're still alive and in your right mind, and that's only by His grace. The favor of God is on your